Howdy, howdy, it's Mr. Elmhurst. Let's take a look at our science lab. We're going to look at centripetal force and just do a little experiment here with some washers and some string. So the goal is to investigate the forces that affect orbits and revolutions around an object. So the centripetal force is a force that acts on a body moving in a circular path and is directed towards the center around which the body is moving. So the force is directed towards the center. So we can draw, actually let's use the one of the washers. Okay, so we can use one of the washers in the box, in the bag. Here we go. Okay, so we have a force in a circular motion that is moving around. But if there's an object on the outside, there is a perpendicular force where the object is still connected or being pulled towards the center. And we're going to use that word. So where the circular path, the force is directed towards the center, and that is perpendicular. All right, so what are you going to need for this one? We're going to need a short string, a long string, and 2 of the metal washers. So I grabbed one of them out for the lab sheet. So we have 2 metal washers, and we have a short string and a long string. And I'm going to zoom out here just so we can manipulate the strings a little bit here. So what we're going to do is just take the short string, or take the long string. We're going to loop it through here and then just tie just a regular old basic knot, but try not to use too much of the string where there's overhang. Okay, and then loop it around. We'll do that again. Okay, so that's going to be our longer string with the washer, and then we have a shorter string. Okay, so we're going to lab procedures, tie the metal washers to the end of the short string and a metal washer to the end of the long string. All right, so we're going to tie those, and you're going to have 2 strings, 2 washers, and working together, 2 students at a table. There we go. We're going to tie that kind of short with not too much overhang. There we go. And here's our longer one, here's our shorter one, and here's our longer one. Okay, so we're going to hold the strings up and swirl them slowly. So we're just going to hold the end of the string. All right, and just observe within the lab, swinging them around in a circular motion, and then answer the questions below to investigate the motion and the forces that are affected in the revolutions. Okay, so you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 written parts for your lab. Okay, so as you swing them around, not at each other, but here's with a little bit of force, and then we start to observe when we have more force. What is happening to the circular motion and what forces are in play here. So we have a circular motion force, but then also if we're swinging it around, if this force holding it, the string, is not there, then we don't have a circular motion. So we have 2 forces in play here that are affecting each other. All right, so thank you for joining me for this quick example. So complete the lab quietly with your partner. Make sure that you write down your 4 answers, and then complete the lab exit ticket in Schoology.